Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about some different strategies that you can use on doors. Using doors has upped my game and helped me outplay and win more battles in Apex. And today I'm going to go ahead and teach you some tips and tricks on how to do that. I'm going to show you how to use interact prompts so you can outplay your opponents on doors, as well as some strategies and tips and tricks on forcing your opponent to kick down your door so you can get the upper hand on them. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's go ahead and talk about our first door tip. So one of the door tips that we can use is using interact prompts to turn the tide of battle and help us get a surprise shot on our opponent. So when you're in a door fight, you most likely want to go ahead and block the door. This forces your opponent to either kick it or try to open it by pressing X. I know when an opponent is trying to open the door because it changes the interact prompt from open to close. This allows me to go ahead and back up and actually open the door. The door is not going to open up if I'm blocking it. However, if I back up, it will open up, which will surprise my opponent, and I can go ahead and shotgun them and get some shots off on them. Now let's go ahead and look at some examples, and let's notice the interact prompts changing and when I back up to go ahead and surprise my opponent. Now let's go ahead and talk about what happens if they don't decide to open it but rather kick it. What do you do in those situations? Your opponent most likely is going to kick your door when your HP is low. As you can see here, I'm in a fight, my HP is low, I'm going behind the door to heal. This is going to force my opponent to kick because they want to stop me from healing. When you notice your opponent is going to kick, you want to immediately go ahead and stop healing if you can't get the heal off. Noticing on this door, it has already been kicked once, so I know I can't get my heal off, so I'm going to go ahead and stop and prep my guns. This will allow me to go ahead and shotgun or shoot my opponent while they're in the kicking animation and breaking down the door. Let's go ahead and look at some more examples of opponents kicking the door and just me healing behind doors in general. In Apex, it's really big to go ahead and always go behind a door, especially if you're Strafe. When you're low HP, you should know where doors are in the back of your head so you can phase out, go behind the door, and heal. This is going to go ahead and force your opponents to make mistakes, and you're going to go ahead and capitalize on them.
Need to recharge my shields.
Now let's go ahead and talk about what happens if your opponent tries to go around the door. What do you do then? As you can see in this clip, I'm hurt, I'm trying to heal behind the door, and I'm also trying to force my opponent to make a mistake. They decide to go around, so I stand in the middle of the door. It's really important to stand in the middle of the door, just in case if your opponent doubles back, you can go left or right, and you're not stuck in one situation. In this clip, my opponent starts to go left, so I go ahead and close the door on them. This allows me to use the door meta to see the interact prompt to see them trying to spam open the door, and I can use that as an advantage and kill my opponent. Let's go ahead and see another example of my opponent going around the door. Also me standing in the middle of the door so I can go to either side and not get stuck in one situation and make sure my opponent is behind the door and I'm a good advantage. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys learned something new. Definitely if you follow these tips, you'll start winning more door fights in Apex. Again, I just want to say a big shout out to all of you subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. It means a lot. And I really appreciate the support. All the comments that you guys leave below, I do read them. I do take them in consideration for my next videos. I am going to make a new video on ghost strafing soon, of me using it on opponents and sharing when do I use it, so you guys can get the mindset on how to use it. Well, go ahead and subscribe so you guys can get updated on that. Again, I love you guys, appreciate the support, and I see you guys later. Peace!